Alright, my friends, PlayStation 5 Pro is real, it's powerful, it's coming this year. Should Xbox respond? Welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to talk about this with my experience with the FSR, or with my experience with the RDNA 3 platform. I think that I can kind of answer some of these questions, maybe put some of this hype to good use, or put it to rest. So let's talk about this, man. Let's talk about this for a minute. This PlayStation 5 Pro with 33.5 teraflops is going to be an absolute beast when it comes to home consoles. This thing is actually going to have the power to be able to exceed what we've ever seen before. And to be completely fair to PlayStation or Xbox or the console space, this is a good upgrade, and it's definitely warranted at this point when you look at what the PlayStation 5 Pro, or regular PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X are already doing. This definitely puts these consoles in a much better, closer competition to what PC gaming is, at least in the in the low end or mid range. And I can honestly say that coming from, I have a 7600 XT, I have a 7800 XT, and I have the 7900 XT, all RDNA 3. The 7800 XT and 7900 XT are chiplet design. The 7600 XT is a monolithic die, coming in at 190 watts of power for that one, 263, and then actually I don't remember what the 7900 XT is, but these all have a pretty significant power budget that already exceeds what the PlayStation 5 already has in terms of powering its APU. So when you look at that, and you look at these specs, you look at stuff like PlayStation's spatial. Gosh dang it, I can't seem to get this right. But the PlayStation is now going to have PSSR, which is PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, and that is going to be AI powered. Now, all of RDNA 3 does have AI accelerators, so that should be no problem. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe there is something in conjunction with that it will be coming to RDNA 3 later. If we get that before the PlayStation 5 Pro launches, I'll be able to test that and check it out on new games and see how that's going to work. that there will kind of form the basis of just how powerful or just how meaningful an upgrade to PS5 Pro could actually be. And at this point, I don't even know if they should call it a PlayStation 5 Pro. If we're looking at like a 3 to 4 year upgrade cycle for consoles, because they are closer and more aligned with what PC is now. You've got things like ROG Ally. You have all these other handheld devices that are coming out. You have a doorway open for PlayStation and Xbox to start doing like a 4 year upgrade cycle. The PC space is already 2 years, and you're looking upwards of anywhere from entry point GPU like the 7600 XT at $329 all the way up to 1,000 plus for GPUs. So I don't think pricing a new console, in the realm of $700-800 would be too big of a deal. Like, you're getting the whole system, you're getting a CPU, a GPU, you're getting your RAM, you're getting everything all in once. So I don't really think it's too far outside of the realms of being able to actually do anything with. And if PlayStation was smart, this PS5 Pro would be able to run Steam. Like, seriously, they should be able to run like Steam games. Let people utilize the power of these consoles like you can with a ROG Ally or something. Build in like build in something so that you can download some of these other installers and play games, or buy PC games and play PC games on there. I think Xbox should easily do the same thing. But to answer the question that I started this with, should Xbox respond? Well, first of all, we have to look at this meaningfully. Like, the Xbox is 12 teraflops of power. If they were to, obviously it's 16, 24 teraflops of 16 FP compute or whatever, but let's put this into perspective. If the PlayStation 5 is still going to be the target console for developers to build games. That means that with the PS5 Pro, they'll actually start utilizing more of the Xbox Series X capabilities that have been left on the table as of now. So in terms of like, this is going to make your Xbox Series X better either way. It's going to be a better overall experience when these games actually start coming to PS5 Pro, because then they'll be able to actually max out what the Xbox Series X already has. But absolutely, Xbox does need to bring a more competitive, higher powered Xbox to the market as well. And these things aren't going to be cheap, my friends. Like, there's no way they're bringing these out for $500. That just doesn't even make sense. Like, I would say closer to, your $700-800. And these are pro consoles, and you have to look at it that way. Like, these are pro. These are for people that don't want to buy a PC, but they want better features. They want stronger compute. They want they want better graphics. They want higher frame rates, but they just want the consistency and the convenience of a console. So yes, you can expect to pay pro prices for pro machines. And after being on the PC now for as long as I have, and actually testing these GPUs and playing around with them, and being able to actually, utilize, like, better features in my games, you absolutely want this. If you're the convenience guy, and you don't want the hassle, whatever hassle you have to tell yourself it is to be a PC gamer. If you don't want that, and you just want the PlayStation ecosystem, and that's where you're comfortable, and that's where you want to be, that's where you want to spend your money, absolutely, this thing is definitely built for you. You'll be able to sell off your regular PlayStation and put that money towards this one. So I think this is, to be completely honest with you guys, seeing as how the GPU space is, seeing as how the PC space is, like an iterative upgrade every few years that's still backwards compatible and moves forward and brings everything along with it. Yeah, this is evolutionary. This is pretty much the direction the consoles are going to go. Ever since they started being more x86 and becoming more like PCs, this is a natural evolution. 3-4 years for a console refresh. Awesome. Most of these games are built with dynamic resolution. Most of them have a variable frame rate. So yeah, why wouldn't it work? The developers can start building in these new techniques with each and every game. Your games are going to start to look better, feel better. They'll still be obviously putting stuff out for like the PlayStation 5 and stuff. I don't think this is bad, but then there also gets to be a point where it's like, okay, well, where does console gaming stop and PC gaming begin? And you have to ask yourself that question, because essentially what this is leading to is fixed PC hardware that only does, what the PlayStation or the Xbox allows it to do, whereas with PC you can just be like, all right, I'm jumping out of the loop. I get all these games on PC. It doesn't matter. I can just buy one PC and I can play Xbox, I can play PlayStation, I can do whatever I want. So you got to ask yourself that too a little bit later down the road. Are you going to continue to upgrade your PlayStation console, your Xbox console, or are you just going to finally bite the bullet and go buy a PC and actually be able to use that? You can use a PC as a console. You can hook it to a 4K TV. You plug it right in, and it plays just like a console. A couple extra steps to turn it on, a couple extra steps to turn it off. At the end of the day, it pretty much is just like a console experience. If that's what you're using it for, just gaming, yes, obviously. You can 100% find a really good setup and build a good setup that's going to be just as efficient and fun as a console. I do. I think Xbox definitely needs to respond to this. They need to come out with a higher power console. If PlayStation's coming out with something this drastic and this big of an upgrade, absolutely, Xbox needs to be right there with a system to power its next generation games. Because yeah, dude, we've already seen games hitting 864p, 720p on these consoles. So yes, a lot of people have invested a lot of money into 4K TVs, and the closer you can get to realizing that and to being able to have a good looking image quality on a 4K screen, I don't necessarily see any way around this, especially with the specs that PlayStation 5 is PlayStation 5 Pro is reported to have. This sounds interesting. 2 to 3 times the higher ray tracing. I mean, that one there is something that I want to see with my own eyes before I'm like, yeah, this is great, because I mean, our RDNA 3's ray tracing is definitely better. Like it is definitely better. It is usable. You can even use it on a 7600 XT on certain games. So yeah, I do think it's possible, and I do think that you can. I mean, I can run Spider-Man Miles Morales Spider-Man on the 7600 XT with PlayStation 5 ray tracing performance easily on all three of these GPUs. So to be able to run these games, with higher overall ray tracing performance, that's not a bad thing. I mean, PlayStation sounds like they're really interested in that and really wanting to work toward that. So yeah, definitely build it out, make it something that's good. But yes, Xbox 100% needs to respond to this. They have to bring out a higher quality Xbox so that people can take advantage of that. I mean, the Xbox Series X is already going to benefit from the PS5 Pro, just in terms of developers are actually going to be able to utilize more of that console, so that's going to be a good thing. But at the same time, Xbox absolutely needs to come out with an upgraded Xbox with faster SSD, with more compute. It's gonna have to either match the specs of PS5 Pro or be better, because I don't see Xbox going out of their way to optimize Call of Duty games for a PS5 Pro if their Xbox Series X isn't up to snuff. Now that they own Call of Duty, they 100% have to respond to this. There's no way that Call of Duty can come out looking worse on an Xbox console than a PlayStation console. So yeah, they absolutely have to answer this. So I'm hoping that they're announcing something this year. I mean, I hope the PlayStation announces this thing pretty soon, gets the ball rolling. Let's get these things on the shelf, and hopefully they can produce and put out enough of these consoles so that the scalpers do not get to overtake this. This is actually pretty exciting, especially if you're a console person and you have deep pockets, and this is something that you want to do. Absolutely, man. This is sounding pretty good. I'm seeing PlayStations on the shelves everywhere. I'm seeing Xbox Series X on the shelf everywhere. So yeah, I think that console sales are starting to get more stagnant, so we do need something fresher. We need something more powerful. We need something that's going to make people talking again, and we're going to need a console that's going to be out there that obviously people are going to be like, yeah, dude, I can't afford that. Hopefully they lower the price of the base PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S, make these things a little bit more affordable. And then, yeah, move forward with that. Maybe even convert Series S more to maybe Xbox needs to consider making that more of a streaming box, and just being, just kind of forgoing making developers, actually have to utilize for that. And I know that sucks, but let's just move forward. It's been almost 4 years with the Xbox Series S. That thing is an absolute beast, but in terms of technology and moving forward, yeah, dude, if you want to play on an Xbox Series S going forward, you might be on the streaming end of that. And they need to upgrade. I mean, if they build out a new Xbox and they use those blades to power, xCloud or whatever, you probably get a better streaming experience on your Xbox Series S. So I don't know. It's one of those things where it's time to move forward. Xbox absolutely needs to respond to the PlayStation 5 Pro. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, my friends. I'll see you guys in the next one.